wake up, the world is not waiting to help you. It's waiting to see if you'll break again. And most people do. They quit. They hide. They complain. But not you. You were not born to live an average life. You were not designed to settle, to follow, to wait for permission. You were built for war. You were built to conquer. So stop crying about how hard your life is. Because warriors do not complain about the battlefield. They dominate it. You think legends started with confidence? No. They started with fear, doubt, pain, and people laughing at them. But they kept moving. That's what makes them different. Not talent. Not luck. Relentless forward motion. And let me tell you something brutal. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not your relatives. Not your excuses. You either change your life yourself or you stay forgotten forever. So today, right now, you draw the line. This is your war. No more begging. No more waiting. No more hoping. Only fighting. Earning, breaking limits. Because when the world sees you rise, after everything that tried to destroy you, they will know you were never weak. You were just loading. And now, it's time to attack. Now go, fight back.
They all doubted you. Friends, family, even yourself sometimes. Every voice said you couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, and maybe, for a moment, you believed them. I know that feeling, that sinking in your chest, but listen to me, that ends today. Today you have a choice. You can stay where you are, scrolling, waiting, wishing, or you can stand up, take a step, and move. Every insult, every rejection, every failure you faced, it's fuel. It's fire in your veins. They wanted you small. They wanted you invisible. But you deep down, you know you were made for more than that. Look, I get it. It's scary. Life is messy. It's hard. You will fail. You'll stumble. You'll look in the mirror and hate what you see. I've been there. Everyone's been there. But that's exactly when you discover who you are. A fighter. Someone who refuses to stay down. Someone they didn't see coming. And you, yes, you are that someone. So rise. Stand up, even if it's just a little. Move forward, even if it's shaky steps. Prove them wrong. Not to them, but to yourself. The world doesn't reward excuses. It rewards action. Most people will quit. Most people will settle. But not you. Not today. Not ever. They doubted you, laughed at you, told you it wasn't possible. And that's fine. Let them. But now it's your turn. Show them, and more importantly, show yourself what you're capable of. Go. Push. Rise. Take the steps no one else will take. And don't look back. Every second you hesitate, every doubt, every fear, it's stealing a part of your life. But it's not too late. Not for you. You were made to stand tall when everyone else falls. You were made to be relentless. You were made to conquer. They said you couldn't. They said you wouldn't. They said you should give up. And today, you prove them all wrong. You are stronger than you think. Faster than you believe. Wiser than yesterday. You are alive. You are fire. You are unstoppable. You are the proof that no one can write your story but you. Now go. Rise. Move. Dominate. Prove yourself.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But getting in the zone and staying there, that feels more like luck than something you can control. So that's why we made Brain FM. It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind. And It gets you focused in just 5 minutes. Using science and sound, Brain FM guides your brainwaves into an optimal state for productivity called neural phase locking, which lets different parts of your brain work together more easily. Compared to average music, Brain FM actually increases and sustains your focus over time, letting you stay in the zone for as long as you want. You can also use Brain FM for relaxation, meditation, and even sleep. But don't take our word for it. Join millions of others and try it yourself for free and see what you get done.
Most people will stay weak. Most people will settle. Most people will live a life full of excuses, and you know it. You've seen it. You felt it. Every day they tell themselves, tomorrow, tomorrow, while their dreams rot in the shadows. But you're not like most people. You feel it in your bones. You were meant for more. Right now, look at your life. Really look. The clock is ticking. Every second you waste is a second your future self will curse you for. The world is moving forward without you, and it's not waiting for your permission. You feel that pressure in your chest? That's reality knocking, and it's calling your bluff. They told you life would be easy. They said, play it safe. And look where it got you stuck. Frustrated. Invisible. Most people will spend their entire lives chasing comfort while greatness passes them by. But not you. You've got fire in your veins. You've got a hunger that won't quit. The world doesn't get to decide your limits. You weren't born to fade into the crowd. You weren't built to live a mediocre life. You were designed to dominate. You were designed to rise when everyone else falls. You are the storm they never saw coming. The fire they couldn't contain. The one who refuses to bow down. This is your identity calling the true you waiting to explode. And yes, it will hurt. You will fail. You will stumble. You will stare at yourself in the mirror and hate what you see. You will feel the weight of every bad choice you ever made. But that's the moment everything changes. That's the moment you either stay weak or you rise. And you were made to rise. Think about all the people who doubted you. Think about all the voices telling you you can't. Every insult, every rejection, every failed attempt, it's fuel. And if you let it burn you down, you'll stay average. But if you let it ignite a fire inside, you will become unstoppable. Right now, the choice is yours. Stay in the shadows of mediocrity or step into the light of your destiny. Most people will stay weak. Most people will surrender. Most people will look back in regret, but not you. You were built to conquer. You were built to rise. You were built to leave your mark. So stand up, move, act, take what they said you couldn't have, push past every limit, break the chains of doubt and fear. Because the world doesn't care about excuses, it only respects results. And results are made in the moments you refuse to quit. You weren't born to be average. You weren't born to settle. You were born to rise, to dominate, and to leave them all in awe. Most will stay weak, but not you. Not today. Not ever. When life hits you the hardest, when every door slams in your face, when it feels like the world is against you, that's the moment most people quit. But not you, because you didn't come this far just to stop here. You came this far to fight, to grow, to rise again. There will be times when nothing works out. You'll run out of money, out of friends, out of strength. It'll feel like the universe is testing you, breaking you piece by piece. And in that storm, you'll hear a voice inside whispering, maybe it's time to quit. But hear me, that voice is a liar, because deep down you already know. If anyone can make it through this, it's you. You've got the heart, the intelligence, the fire, and the will to push through. If someone else has done it, it's proof that it can be done. And if it can be done, then you can do it too. Don't you dare say, I'm only human, because being human means you are limitless. No dog, no tree, no mountain can choose its destiny, but you can. You can rebuild. You can restart. You can rise again. No matter how broken you are, your spirit cannot be destroyed. The ones who lose, stay down. They point fingers. They look for excuses. But the winners, they accept the pain, they learn from it, and they get up stronger. That's what separates the weak from the strong. The decision to keep going when everything says stop. Say it with me. I will never quit. I will persevere. I will thrive in adversity. Because greatness doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It's built in sweat, sacrifice, sleepless nights, and tears no one sees. It looks like hell, but inside that hell, your purpose is being born. So when your mind screams, quit, don't, not today. Tell yourself, I'll quit tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, tell it again. Keep quitting tomorrow. Because every time you push one more day, you grow stronger, sharper, closer. You've given too much to walk away now. You've invested your blood, your dreams, your soul. You are too close to quit now. Hold on. Even if you're hanging by a thread, hold on. Because the darkest night always comes before the sunrise. Don't listen to that inner doubt, that voice that says you can't. You are not your circumstances. You are the creator of your destiny. Work on yourself. Read, learn, grow. Keep expanding your vision, because as your mind grows, your world expands with it. And when life knocks you down, and it will, get up. Every single time. Because the only way to lose is to quit. So fight with it. Bleed with it. Cry with it. But don't you dare back down. Tell life, you'll quit before I do. You'll break before I bend. And when it feels unbearable, tell life, I'm not leaving without my dream. Every challenge you face is not a punishment, it's an invitation. An invitation to evolve, to grow, to discover the strength that's already inside you. You are not the victim of life's storms. You are the storm. So whatever you do, no matter how hard it gets, do not quit. Most people think winning is glamorous. They imagine the spotlight, the applause, the trophies. But the truth, most winning's not beautiful, it's not sexy, it's not exciting, it's a grind. When you're in the middle of building something great, it rarely feels like history in the making. What it feels like is work. What it feels like is lonely. It feels like you're the only one carrying the weight while the rest of the world sleeps. But here's what you need to understand. Every brick you lay, every single day is separating you from the competition. When others only put in effort once in a while, you're the one showing up day after day after day. That's what creates greatness. And guess what? You don't need to be born into privilege. You don't need a perfect background. You don't need to come from money, status, or connections. There's only one thing you need to build the life you want. Effort. Our world is filled with people who choose the easy way out. People who quit when it gets uncomfortable, but you cannot be one of them. Because the easy path never makes you stronger. The easy path never makes you proud. The easy path never creates greatness. Instead, you have to train your mind to look for challenges. You have to chase the things that are hard, the things that test you, the things that stretch you. Why? Because that's where mental toughness is born. Every single day, you have a choice. Do you settle for comfort, or do you intentionally push yourself through discomfort? You can chase instant gratification, or you can choose the path that builds character, that builds strength, that builds you. That's how people succeed in life, in business, in sports, in every single field. They didn't get there by doing what was easy. They got there by being consistent. By showing up every single day, no matter what. By putting in the effort, whether they felt like it or not. You want freedom? You You want success, you want greatness, you're gonna have to earn it. And you earn it by doing the hard things. Not once in a while, not when it's convenient, but every single day. Greatness doesn't come from passion alone. It comes from the boring, repetitive, unglamorous work that most people refuse to do. Easy doesn't pay well. Easy doesn't create legends. Discipline is not a gift, it's a skill. Grit is a skill. Mental toughness is a skill. And you develop them by doing the things you don't want to do over and over and over again. You don't feel like getting up? Get up anyway. You don't feel like finishing the task? Finish it anyway. You don't feel like pushing through? Push through anyway. Because every time you fight through resistance, you become stronger, and every time you quit, you become weaker. So stop waiting for life to get easier, it won't. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions, they don't exist. Life will get tougher, challenges will get harder. And the only way forward is for you to get tougher, for you to get stronger. Anticipate the struggle, anticipate the pain, anticipate the difficulty, and embrace it. Because the struggle isn't here to break you, it's here to prepare you. Every challenge is building your character. Every hardship is shaping your future. Every moment you endure is creating the version of you that is unstoppable. So the next time life knocks you down, remind yourself, this is part of my training. This is making me stronger. This is why I win. Because greatness doesn't belong to the lucky. It doesn't belong to the privileged. It belongs to the ones who honor the struggle, who show up consistently, who are willing to do the hard things when nobody else will. So if you want freedom, if you want power, if you want greatness, stop running from the hard. Stop searching for shortcuts. Stop chasing comfort. From this day forward, do hard things.
Some people just wish for success. Some dream about it. But the real champions, they make it happen. Nothing changes until you move. Progress doesn't come from promises or good intentions. It comes from action. You have two choices in life. Suffer the pain of growth and become better, or suffer the pain of staying the same and regret it forever. Either way, you will suffer, but only one of those paths leads to greatness. There's no such thing as coasting through life. If you're not grinding, you're sliding backward. It's simple. Grind and rise, or quit and fall. Your mind must be stronger than your feelings. Think about every poor decision you've ever made. Most of them were emotional. Feelings keep you in bed. Your mind tells you to get up and go. Your mood doesn't matter. Success doesn't care about your feelings. Your life will be built on the actions you take, not the emotions you feel. So learn to do the things you hate and do them like you love them. I'm wired differently. I don't go to bed when I'm tired. I go to bed when I'm finished. Every great invention, every championship, every empire, every book, every piece of technology, it was all created by people who weren't motivated, who were tired, who didn't feel like it, but they did it anyway. That's the truth. The world was built by people who forced themselves to do it. Stop waiting for the perfect mood. Stop expecting it to feel easy. Start building the skill of pushing forward when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when nobody is watching. That's the only way you'll win long term. And understand this, nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to put it on a silver platter. If you want it, you have to bleed for it, sweat for it, cry for it, work for it. Turn off your feelings when it's time to grind. It's not about how you feel, it's about what you finish. When it's cold, when it's raining, when you're tired, get up. When the building is empty, when everyone else has gone home, keep that one light on in your office, because that's where champions are made. Greatness is not a part-time switch. It's always on. It's a lifestyle. Don't focus on what you're giving up. Focus on what you're building. Your family, your future, your freedom. Tie your grind to your vision. Every sacrifice you make will be worth it if you stay focused
on what you're gaining, not what you're losing. This life demands payment. Big dreams require big sacrifice. You will have to do things you don't want to do. But that's how greatness is forged. There is no shortcut, no hack, no secret program, no $997 AI system that will hand you success. You are the hack. You are the system. You are the weapon. And once you train yourself to execute, no matter how you feel, you become unstoppable. Because how do you stop someone who refuses to quit? You don't. If you want to build something legendary, if you want to change your life, you must become the person who does it regardless of motivation, regardless of comfort, regardless of circumstance. That's how champions are built. That's how greatness is earned. So the next time you don't feel like it, remember this. Force yourself to do it. Listen to me carefully. Some of you only work when it feels easy, when you're motivated, when it's convenient. But let me tell you this, if you only show up when you feel like it, you will lose every single time. Because success doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't care about your feelings. If you're waiting for the right moment, you're giving yourself permission to stay weak. And weak doesn't win. Weak doesn't build the dream. Weak doesn't change lives. You've got to stop giving yourself a pass. I see people go harder judging others than they do pushing themselves. You criticize others, but when it's time to look in the mirror, you let yourself slide. And that's why you're stuck. You know you're capable of more. You know you should be further by now. But you keep letting yourself off the hook. That has to end. Look yourself in the mirror and admit, I'm not waking up on time. I'm not giving 120%. I'm letting me down. That's the truth. And the only way forward is discipline. Discipline means you dominate when you feel like it, and you dominate when you don't. Discipline means you move you. Stop waiting for life to push you. If you live on cruise control, you're drifting. You're not in charge anymore. You want to win? Switch to manual mode. Take control of your life. Because if you don't, your environment, your laziness, your excuses, they'll take control for you. Life is not going to just hand you success. You have to impose your will. That means showing up when you're tired, sacrificing when it's uncomfortable, staying dedicated when every part of you wants to quit. In the beginning, it's hard. Day one will hurt. Day two will test you. But if you fight through, something powerful happens, momentum. When you start stacking days of discipline, belief kicks in. And belief creates magic. Suddenly the work you've been putting in starts working for you. Doors open, opportunities find you, results multiply. And here's the truth, consistency beats talent. The person who shows up every single day will surpass the person who only shows up when it's easy. So stop waiting, stop drifting, take control, go into manual mode, dominate your mind, dominate your excuses, dominate your life. Because the dream is not waiting for you, it's waiting on you to decide. Are you going to control your life or are you going to drift? The choice is yours.
Everybody says they want to change. They want to lose weight, start a business, chase their dreams. But here's the truth, most people quit. They do it for 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then they stop. Why? Because the excitement fades. But listen to me, success doesn't care about your feelings. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never accomplish anything great. Winners don't live on feelings, they live on commitment. Excellence isn't temporary. It's not sometimes, it's every day. You can't just start and stop, and expect to build anything that lasts. You wonder why others are moving ahead? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's covenant, it's discipline. It's showing up even when nobody's watching. The great ones, Kobe, Jordan, Serena, Messi, they didn't become legends because of talent alone. They became legends because it possessed them. They ate it. They slept it. They breathed it. When they were tired, they kept working. When they failed, they kept working. When the crowd left, when the camera shut off, they kept working. That's the difference. The real beast is not the one who shines when it's easy. The real beast is the one who finds something inside when their legs give out, when their mind screams quit, when nobody believes in them. That's when champions are born. And that's why you must keep working. Not just today, not just tomorrow, but until the wall in front of you breaks. Until the dream in your head becomes the life you live. Success isn't about being perfect. The people you admire, they've all failed bankruptcies, divorces, setbacks. But the difference is this: they didn't stop. They kept going. They kept working. And that's exactly what you must do. So no matter the pain, no matter the setbacks, no matter how tired you are, remember this one thing: I'll keep working. Because if you don't quit, you can't lose.
The real battleground is not outside. It's not your competition. It's not your doubters. It's not the world. The real battle is inside your mind. That voice that whispers, "You can't do this." That's the enemy. And if you don't fight it, it will win. You see, the truth is, your biggest opponent is you. Not your boss, not your past, not the people hating on you. It's the old version of you that wants to hold you back. Every day, that version of you is waiting for you to quit, waiting for you to stay comfortable, waiting for you to give in. And that's why you must remind yourself you need to work harder. When your brain says, take it easy. When your body says, stay in bed. When your feelings say, not today. That's when you need to rise up and say, number, I work harder. Your feelings will never cooperate with your dreams. So stop negotiating with weakness. Stop debating with laziness. Stop arguing with excuses. Because excuses don't get results. Execution does. Hard work works. The world is full of people who want success, but only a few are willing to pay the price. And the price is sweat, discipline, sacrifice, and the courage to do what most people won't. You need to work harder when you're tired. You need to work harder when you've already achieved something. You need to work harder after you win, not just before. That's what separates the great from the average. Every single day, life is asking you one question: how bad do you want it? And your answer is not in your words. It's not in your Instagram posts. It's not in your motivation speeches. Your answer is in your grind. Your answer is in your discipline. Your answer is in your ability to do the work when nobody's watching. So remember this: if you want the life you dream of, you need to work harder. Harder than your old self. Harder than your excuses. Harder than your fears. Because the moment you do, nothing can stop you.
You ever feel like the world is spinning and you're just trying to hang on? Like your thoughts, your habits, your life, they're just slipping through your fingers? Let me tell you something. If you don't take control of your mind, the world will. We live in a world that moves fast. And if you're not steering the wheel, someone or something else is. Social media, distractions, bad habits, people's opinions, they're all waiting to hijack your focus. But today, you take your power back. This world, it's full of sharks. And if you don't decide to be one, they will eat you alive. That's the truth. You either lead your life, or you let it be led by the noise. Right now, I want you to pause. Think of the one area of your life you know is out of control. You know what it is. Is it your phone? Your sleep? What you eat? Your time? Write it down. Cut it off. Take the power back. You're not a child anymore. No more blaming. No more blame. This is your life. This is your dream. And nothing that doesn't align with it should stay. You want change? Then you need control. Control of your nights. Control of your mornings. Control of what you read, what you consume, how you think. Discipline isn't punishment. It's power. We think 50,000 thoughts a day. And most of them are on autopilot. But today, you flip the switch. You take ownership. You rewire that brain of yours. You don't just get inspired. You apply. You digest. You act. You transform. The only difference between those who dream and those who live the dream is application. They do the work. They push through pain. They sharpen their mind like a blade. They decide who they are before the world tries to decide for them. So today, you draw the line. Today, you take back control of your health, your time, your focus, your destiny. Because when you control your mind, you control your life. Get control of yourself.
You know why most people never live the life they dream of? Because they chase easy. Easy won't change you. Easy won't make you great. The life you want, the one that keeps you awake at night, lives on the other side of hard. And if you're not willing to face it, someone else will take it. It's hard to live your dream. It's hard to change your life. It's hard to stay disciplined when you're tired, distracted, and unmotivated. Most people want the shortcut. They want success without the sweat. But here's the truth, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Pressure shapes diamonds. Resistance lifts airplanes into the sky. And the resistance in your life? It's shaping you into someone stronger if you let it. Every single day, you face two choices. Run from the challenge or run through it. The first choice keeps you safe. The second choice makes you powerful. Stop wishing for it to be easier. Instead, say, come on with it. Test me. Every hard moment is an invitation to grow. Step into the storm. Seek the pressure. Because what's painful today will become your strength tomorrow. If you stay in your comfort zone now, life will force you out later, and it'll hurt a lot more. So take control. Do the hard things on purpose. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Someone less talented than you is working harder than you right now. And in 2 years, they'll have the life you wanted. Not because they were better, but because they were willing to do what you avoided. Everything you want, your success, your happiness, your confidence, is on the other side of being uncomfortable. Fall in love with being uncomfortable, because the process of getting better is painful. There's a reason they call it growing pains. Losers want to be coddled. They want to stay comfortable. Winners push their feelings aside and say, so be it. I'll take the pain because I know what's waiting on the other side. The next level of your life, it's not hidden behind luck or talent. It's behind discipline, behind follow-through, behind doing what you said you'd do, even when every part of you wants to quit. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard, your life will become easy. So today, stop running from the struggle. Run toward it. Not because it's fun, but because it makes you unbreakable. And when life sees you're unbreakable, it starts handing you the things you once thought were impossible. Hard work isn't the obstacle. It's the doorway. And it's wide open. If you're ready to walk through.
Listen to me. The only way anything great ever gets done in this world, it's not talent. It's not luck. It's commitment. It's consistency. You think success is about showing up when it's easy. Number, it's about showing up when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when every part of you is screaming, quit. The truth is, most people don't lose because they're not capable. They lose because they quit too soon. They can't outlast the old version of themselves long enough to meet the new version. You want to be a champion? Then you've got to work like one. Not for 2 weeks. Not until it gets hard. But every single day. You can't buy discipline. You can't buy effort. You can't buy the hunger to go one more step when your legs feel like concrete. That has to come from inside you. Somebody else wants exactly what you want. So what's going to separate you? It's not just talent, because when talent meets talent, the tiebreaker is discipline, character. Who's willing to do one extra rep, run one extra mile, stay up one extra hour? That's what wins. And here's the thing most days, you won't feel like doing it, but winners do it anyway. That's the gap between average and unstoppable. When everyone else is slowing down, you're still going. When they're sleeping, you're grinding. When they stop, you keep moving forward. Every single day, you get 86,400 seconds. And what you choose to do with them will decide your future. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop acting like you're average or not. If you gave 120% every single day for the next 30 days, your life wouldn't even look the same. Because success isn't magic. It's math. Win more days than you lose, and you win the game. Push yourself to the point where you don't count the cost anymore. You just do whatever it takes. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just win. You became the kind of person who never stops winning.
You ever feel like life's just happening to you? Like you're moving, but you're not really driving? The world's got its hands on your steering wheel. Social media, temptations, distractions. And you don't even notice until you wake up feeling stuck, tired, behind. That's because you forgot the one rule nobody talks about. Control your brain. If you don't control it, trust me, something else will. Algorithms, addictions, excuses, they creep in, steal your time, rob your focus, and before you know it, you're chasing quick hits and easy outs, sliding down the path of least resistance. You end up broke, out of shape, numb, watching life pass you by. That's what happens when you leave your brain on autopilot. You've got one life. And right now you're either in the driver's seat or you're a passenger on a ride to nowhere. Control your brain. Grab the wheel. Steer your thoughts. Steer your habits. Steer your freaking life. But first you gotta get honest. What are you really doing with your time? Are you moving forward? Or are you wasting it on things you know won't make you better? Be ruthless with yourself. Because if you can't face the truth, you'll never fix what's broken. The truth is, you can do more. You can push harder. You can be better. But you need one thing: discipline. Discipline that wakes you up. Discipline that locks your focus on what matters. Discipline that tells your brain we're doing this no matter how we feel. Want to change your life? Make a plan. Stick to it. Relentlessly. Day after day. Week after week. Month after month. That's what separates winners from everyone else. Not luck. Not magic. But the guts to stay in the fight long after the feeling's gone. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for permission. Make the choice. Take control. Control your brain. Because if you don't, someone else will. You weren't born to be controlled. You were born to win. There comes a moment When you stop chasing applause. When you stop needing the world to clap for you. Because you finally realize the only approval that really matters is your own. Not to prove them wrong. Not to silence the doubters. But to finally look yourself in the mirror and say, I showed up for me. For years, I gave up too early. When things got hard, I walked away. If I wasn't instantly good at something, I told myself, this just isn't for me. But that was never the truth. I wasn't quitting because I couldn't. I was quitting because I wouldn't. Wouldn't give myself the chance to struggle. Wouldn't let myself grow through the pain. Until one day, I asked, what if I just finished something? No shortcuts. No approval. What if I stayed just to see what I'm made of? And from that moment on, I stopped looking for permission. I stopped looking for hacks. And I started fighting for myself. In just 90 days, I dropped 106 pounds. No trainer, no magic, no money. Just me versus the voice in my head that said, quit. But the real victory, it wasn't the weight. It was waking up every day, tired, sore, unmotivated, and doing it anyway. Because discipline built the confidence. Discomfort revealed the strength. And consistency created the respect I'd been searching for. You don't build self-worth by avoiding hard things. You build it in silence. In the early mornings, late nights, cold showers, and lonely reps. When no one sees you, and you do it anyway. Listen, no one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you your dream. This is your life. And it's time you take control of it. Stand up. Breathe deep. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for me. Do it for yourself. No excuses. No waiting. Just work.
You want to know the secret? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not who your parents were, where you were born, or what school you went to. The real secret is consistency. Lou Gehrig played 2,130 games in a row. No breaks. No excuses. From 1,925 to 1,939, he showed up. Every single day. You think he was never hurt? You think he didn't wake up in pain? That every day felt amazing? That life didn't throw curveballs at him? He was human like you. He had days where everything went wrong. But he made a choice. A commitment. Commitment isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about doing what you said you'd do, long after the feeling is gone. It's showing up when it's cold, when it hurts, when no one's watching. You said you'd do it, then do it. That's what separates winners from wishers. Amateurs do it when it's convenient. Winners do it no matter what. That's the difference. That's why some people grow, and others just talk about it. You want to know where greatness lives? In the boring stuff, in the daily grind, over and over and over again. The dishes, the floors, the reports, 100%, every time. That's how legends are made. That's how greatness gets built brick by brick. People talk about dreams, but only a few put in the work every day. Not some days, every single day. When it rains, when you're broke, when you feel like quitting, you keep going because your future is worth it. I practiced until it became who I am, until my body said, this is what we do, until the hard stuff felt automatic. You want to shine on the big stage? Then bleed behind the curtain. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to your level of preparation. Nobody fears the loudmouth, but everybody respects the one who won't stop getting up. You knock them down, they rise. You block their path, they find a new one. That's dangerous. That's powerful. That's consistency. You don't get success. You earn it in the shadows, when it's inconvenient. When nobody's clapping for you, it's not the long way. It's the only way. Take pride in the pain. Take pride in doing what no one else wants to do. Because that's where the reward lives. The only difference between you and the person living their dream is that they didn't stop. They stayed consistent, no matter what. So ask yourself, can you do that? Will you do that? Every day, no matter how you feel, be consistent. Because in the end, that's the real superpower.
When no one is watching, that's when it really counts. Not when the lights are on, not when the crowd is cheering, but in the dark, in silence, when it's just you and the voice in your head. What are you doing then? No fans, no likes, no one clapping, just discipline, just reps, just grit. That's when greatness is built. When no one's watching, and you show up anyway. Early mornings, late nights, no applause, but still grinding. People talk about working smarter, not harder. But greatness, it demands both. Smart and relentless. Disciplined and obsessed. It's saying no to distractions. It's living with purpose. Not sometimes. Every time. You think Michael Jordan was chasing trophies? You think Kobe showed up only for the cameras? They were in the gym at 4 a.m. when nobody was watching. Because excellence doesn't need an audience. It needs obsession. At first, discipline hurts. But then, it transforms. You stop needing motivation. You start craving the process. The grind becomes your peace. You start to feel better in discomfort. Because comfort never made you grow. It's not the trophies, not the followers, not the spotlight. It's the daily grind, the unseen work, the trash you pick up when no one's looking, the reps you do when no one counts them. That's the real you, and that's the version that wins. So ask yourself, who are you when no one is watching?
You want something great? You want to build something real? Then get ready, because everything worthwhile is uphill. Yeah, everything. There's no elevator to success. It's a staircase. And you've got to climb it one step at a time. There's nothing quick, nothing easy. No magic hack, no shortcut, no secret formula. Success doesn't knock you, build the damn door. The truth? Life is hard. Life is heavy. Life will push you down and dare you to get back up. And most people, they have uphill hopes, but downhill habits. And you can't climb up if you're coasting down. No one is coming to save you. No one's gonna shut off your distractions. No one's gonna drag you out of bed. No one's going to make the call for you. That's your job. It always was. Whether you win or whether you fail, that's on you. You are the difference maker. Action is what separates the doers from the dreamers. Talk won't build your dream. Talking builds regret. Action, that builds results. And belief means nothing if it's not backed by behavior. Stop searching for a cheat code. The code is this: work, daily, consistently, hard. You already know what you need to do. You've just got to do it. Get up, get focused, get moving. Stop procrastinating. Attack your excuses with the violence of action. When laziness shows up, hit it back. When fear whispers, shout louder. You don't need more time. You need urgency. If this was your last year on Earth, would you still be scrolling? Or would you finally show up for your life? This isn't about motivation. This is about commitment. Look around, most people are just existing. Not you. You've decided. You're not gonna eat like them, think like them, work like them, because you've got a mountain to climb. And that mountain only respects one thing: effort. Winners, they don't hope. They do. They work the plan. They own the cause. And they earn the effect. So stop dreaming and start doing. You want success? Then climb. One hard step at a time.
There's a reason you're stuck. It's not because of your boss. It's not because of your parents. It's not because of society. It's because you're watching everyone else and forgetting to show up for yourself. You've become so obsessed with their wins, you've stopped chasing your own. But let me ask you this. What would happen if for just 1 year you went all in on you? You don't win by watching. You win by working. You don't get stronger by counting someone else's reps. You get stronger by pushing through your own pain. Forget what your competition is doing. Forget what they're building. Forget the gossip, the comparison, the noise, because none of that is going to build your dream, and you will. The people at the top, they're not gossiping at the bar. They're not scrolling through social media trying to keep up. They're locked in, laser focused, because they know that excellence doesn't come from watching, it comes from doing. It's always been you versus you. The battle was never out there, it's always been inside. Can you show up today better than you did yesterday? Can you silence the voice that says I'm tired and let the voice that says let's go take over? Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's gonna clap for you in the beginning. The applause comes after the results. You don't get celebrated for trying. You get celebrated for finishing. So stop waiting, start building. Build the discipline, build the resilience. Build the version of you that doesn't flinch when life punches first. Every dream has a price. That price? Work, sacrifice, pain. And guess what? That pain you're running from, that's the very thing that will make you want to win? Then stay in the game. One more rep, one more call, one more hour. Success doesn't show up when it's easy. It shows up when you keep pushing, long after everyone else tapped out. They'll call you obsessed. They'll call you crazy. Let them talk. Because when it's done, when your vision becomes reality, they'll call you unstoppable. If you want to change your life, take ownership. Full ownership. No excuses. No blame. Your life. Your race. Your rules. You are not a victim. You are a creator. You are the author of your story. Every chapter, every sentence, it's on you. So write something great. The ones who win aren't the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to be outworked. They're the ones who stop pointing fingers and start pointing forward. Look in the mirror. That's your opponent. That's your greatest ally. Now ask yourself, did I give everything today? Or did I just survive it? This isn't about being the best in the world. This is about being the best version of you. Because when you dominate your lane, when you rise again and again, when you kill the noise and commit with obsession, you don't just chase greatness, you become it.
Life doesn't ask for your permission before it hits you. It won't tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, is this a good time for chaos? Number. It hits hard. And most of the time, you never saw it coming. You're gonna mess up. You're going to make mistakes. You're gonna look around and feel lost. You'll feel stupid, confused, alone. But guess what? That's how you grow. That's how warriors are made, not in comfort, but in crisis. There will be days when life knocks the wind out of you. You'll wake up, and the people you thought would always be there won't. You'll trust and be betrayed. You will love, and it won't be returned. But that's not where your story ends. That's just the middle of the storm. When you're going through hell, don't pitch a tent. Don't stop walking. Don't surrender your soul in the valley of pain. Keep moving forward. If at first you don't succeed, congratulations, you're human. Success doesn't come to those who never fall. It comes to those who rise again and again and again. There is no comeback story without a setback. And you don't know your strength until life tries to break you. So when everything goes wrong, hold your head up. When it hurts, hold your head up. When the people who were supposed to love you walk away, hold your head up. Because it's not over yet. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how tired you are. It's not over. What if everything that broke you was building you? What if every failure was laying the foundation? What if your pain was the proof that something powerful is coming? What if your story was never meant to end in defeat but in glory? See, it doesn't take courage to stay on the ground. It doesn't take effort to quit. It doesn't take fire to settle. But if you want to rise, if you want to win, you have to fight the conversation in your own head. Because the battle isn't out there, it's in here. And that voice, the one that says you can't, that voice is a liar. You've got to say to yourself, I'm tired, but I'm not finished. I'm scared, but I'm still moving. I'm uncertain, but I'm still going. This isn't about if you'll succeed, it's about when. You've got to walk in the room like you belong there. You've got to show up with the confidence of a champion. Even when you feel broken, you've got to look at life and say, I expect greatness. I expect to win. Not because it's guaranteed, but because you refuse to quit. So hold on. Be patient. Be relentless. If it takes 6 months, if it takes 6 years, wait it out. Fight it out. Push through. Because everything that's testing you right now is preparing you for what's next. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing. Willing to try. Willing to rise. Willing to believe one more time. Every storm has a finish line. And you're closer than you think. So keep writing. Keep building. Keep boxing. Keep fighting. Keep moving forward. This is your life. And it's not over. It's just getting started. There was a time in my life when someone looked me straight in the eye and said, "You'll never make it." And then they laughed. And so did everyone else. They said I wasn't good enough, smart enough, strong enough. They counted me out before I even began. But they didn't know what was inside me. They didn't know what lives in the heart of an underdog. Let me tell you something, underdogs don't just survive. We rise, we fight, and we win when no one expects it. They said it was impossible, and maybe it was. But I dared to believe anyway. Not because I had proof, but because I was tired of living like I was nothing. I spoke things over my life before they ever became real. I said, I am something, even when I didn't feel it. Even when no one else believed it. That's when everything started to change. The shift doesn't begin when people believe in you. It starts the moment you believe in you. See, when you're uncommon, expect criticism. Expect resistance. Because common people won't understand uncommon dreams. They'll call you crazy. They'll mock your passion. But let me ask you, what is crazy? Really? Crazy is seeing things no one else can see. Crazy is chasing dreams so big they scare you. And if you're not willing to be a little crazy, you'll never do anything great. There will be days you want to quit, days where everything crashes down. Your plans fall apart. You're tired, broke, sick, alone. That's when most people give up, but not you. Because in that moment, when you're at your lowest, the strongest part of you will whisper, I'm not done yet. You rise, and you keep going, even if it's on your knees. People doubted you? Good. Let their doubt become your fuel. Let every insult become a brick you lay under your foundation. Work earlier. Stay later. Grind harder. Let them say, wait, wasn't that the person we said would never make it? And all you have to say is, watch me. Your failures, they don't define you. Your past, that's not your prison. You're still becoming, still growing, still writing your story. The last chapter hasn't been written yet. So don't let anyone judge you based on the mess you're in. Because what they don't know is, that mess is turning into your message. You've been through hell, then you better get something from it. You've cried, then turn those tears into fire. Because pain is not permanent. Pain is the price of progress. Let it push you. Let it mold you. Because on the other side of pain is power. On the other side of pain is purpose. So don't quit. Don't give in. Hold on. Push through. Because your breakthrough is right on the other side of what feels impossible. One day you'll look back and laugh. You'll say, how did I ever think that was impossible? And all the people who doubted you, they'll still be watching. But you'll be winning. Because you didn't stop. Because you refused to give up. Because deep down you believed. And that belief, that fire, made you unstoppable. Before you chase the dream, before you build the business, before you walk away from the job that's killing your soul, there's one thing you need first. Not talent, not money, not even a plan. You need courage. Because courage is the spark that lights everything else. You want to change your life? You want to finally take that first step? Then understand this. It all begins with courage. Not the kind you see in movies. Not medals and battlefield glory. Real courage. The kind that makes you quit the job that no longer aligns with who you are. The kind that makes you speak up when your voice shakes. The kind that lets you fail and try again. It's not about whether you have courage or not. It's not black or white. It's a scale. How much courage are you willing to summon today? Because without it, nothing else follows. You think successful people had no fear? Number. They had fear and they moved anyway. They walked into the unknown with shaking hands and pounding hearts. Every meaningful thing in life requires it. Growth takes courage. Healing takes courage. Love takes courage. So ask yourself right now, where in your life are you hiding? Because fear feels safer than the unknown. There are people who died long before they were buried. People who buried their dreams, silenced their talents, and locked their voices away. All because fear whispered, not you, not now, not ever. But what if you said no to fear? What if today you stood up and decided, I'm not letting my gift rot inside of me. I'm not waiting for someday. Because life doesn't give guarantees. It gives opportunities. So what are you waiting for? What has fear convinced you to delay? What part of you is still stuck in the prison of doubt? It's time to break out. And when you've fallen, you will get up again. Get up again and again and again. Because every time you rise, you're becoming the person you were meant to be. Stop saying you're not ready. Stop saying you're not good enough. Failure isn't the end, it's your classroom. Pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. Every dream requires a down payment called sacrifice. And courage is the currency. What would your life look like if you stopped playing small? If you stopped apologizing for being powerful? If you trusted that what's in your heart was placed there for a reason? You were not created for a life of silence and safety. You were built to build, to lead, to rise. You were born to fight for your purpose and leave nothing behind but impact. And here's the truth. There's greatness in you. You may not see it yet. You may not feel it today, but it's there. And it's waiting on just one thing. Not perfection, not permission. Just courage. So take the step. Speak the truth. Show up with everything you've got. Be brave enough to become who you were always meant to be. What do you do when everything inside of you wants to quit? When you're exhausted, mentally, physically, spiritually. When just getting out of bed feels like a battle you're already losing. When you whisper to yourself, I can't do this anymore. You feel like giving up on your job, giving up on your relationship, giving up on your health, giving up on your dream. And nobody knows the war you're fighting inside. The smile you wear is just armor, but deep down, you're drowning. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? When your life feels like it's falling apart, when everything seems like it's working against you. You try to do the right thing, but nothing changes. And you're tired, so tired. Let me tell you this, you are not alone. We all go through moments like this. Moments when the darkness feels louder than the light. But here's the truth, you were never meant to break here. You were meant to rise. Because this pain you're feeling, it's not here to stay. It's here to shape you. Every challenge is a teacher. Every heartbreak is a lesson. Every failure is feedback. So ask yourself not, why is this happening to me? But what is this trying to teach me? Because if you're breathing, you're not finished. If you're still standing, the fight's still on. And if you're still dreaming, it's not over. The real battle isn't out there. It's in here. It's the voice inside that says you're not good enough. That tells you to quit, to settle, to hide. That's the real enemy. But guess what? You don't have to listen to it. You've got a fire inside you. Even if it's just a flicker right now, it's still burning. And that flame, it's your why. It's your reason to get back up, even when life knocks you flat. So honor that. Honor the version of you who keeps showing up, even with tears in their eyes. The one who's been broken, but refuses to stay that way. The one who's tired, but still chooses to try again. That's strength. You're not weak for struggling. You're powerful for continuing. And I promise you, everything you're going through is building you. Your dream is real, but you've got to see it even before it shows up. You've got to believe it, even when no one else does. Because your mind is a canvas, and what you believe, that's the brush. So start painting your future. Start visualizing the life you want, even if you're still stuck in the storm. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait to feel ready. Start now. Start where you are, with what you have. Do what you can. Because momentum is everything. And once you take that first step, the second gets easy. Then the third. And soon, you're running toward your destiny. So stop running from the pain and run through it. Because on the other side of that struggle is your strength. On the other side of that challenge is your confidence. On the other side of that doubt is your breakthrough. Every tear, every sacrifice, every late night, every early morning, it's not for nothing. It's the price you pay for the life you were born to live. So don't let fear decide your future. Don't let doubt write your story. You do. It's your choice. Will you let this moment break you? Or will you use it to build you? Take a deep breath. Look in the mirror and say this out loud. I'm not done. I'm not broken. I'm just getting started. Now get up and go get it.
What do you believe? No, really, what do you believe about yourself? Because your belief system is the foundation of your behavior. Your identity shapes your destiny. And everything you allow into your mind, your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, it all decides the life you create. And that's why the dark room matters. That quiet place where nobody's watching. Where you grind in silence.